Hello everyone, and welcome to Straight Talk with Sophia and One. Today is November 17th or 18th, I'm not sure, 2024, and this is episode number 25. Today's question revolves around the reasons for pain, and I'll read the question first, and then I'll read the answer from One. On my property and my house, I have had a number of strange experiences, particularly in my bedroom, right after the lights are turned out and I'm still awake. Occurrences there include ET light bodies, visions, holograms, and voiced messages. The worst is the pain hitting my solar plexus area between midnight and 6 a.m. I have not found a way to stop the pain. I can only sleep 1 to 3 hours at a time, a couple of times during a 24-hour period. Here's my question. Am I doing this unaware? Is it the location? Does my bedroom particularly have anything to do with this phenomenon? I feel I am walking in two worlds, 3D and astral. So that's the question, and here's the answer from One. It is the one. There are multiple points of causation for what you describe. We will talk both generally and specifically, for both descriptions apply. First of all, never lose sight of the fact that in any experience while physical, you cannot leave you out of the equation. For you are creator beings. That means, dear human, that your fingers are always in there, stirring up the pot a bit and impacting results. Whether that impact is, quote, positive or, quote, negative for you, it is real, and how it is experienced is always determined by your perspective. It is sometimes true that experiences crafted as, quote, beneficial from one perspective are deemed, quote, harmful from another. This is often the case when seen from a soul's essence perspective versus the physical one. We speak here in a general sense and not specific to the questioner. This questioner is an ancient soul. She brings much to this table. There are few situations she has not been through. This lifetime is a sort of, quote, catch-up lifetime. This would be one in which she pursues further avenues and ideas more deeply. What is sought is full comprehension. Such lifetimes can be seen as, quote, difficult on many levels. This is the fastest way to gain deep insight into emotions. These are felt deeply and thus fully appreciated. Many such experiences surround an area of life that was somehow not tolerated before now. This experience changes that by offering another perspective. Now, let us speak again generally about pain and physicality. For any discussion around physical pain has to incorporate this if it aims to be accurate. Pain is a messenger. It is an alarm. It is present when an alarm is needed. Pain demands and typically receives immediate attention. The trick to dealing successfully with pain is to initially apply or ingest something to soothe it or lessen it. This is as much for relief as it is to then be able to effectively move your focus away from the pain itself and onto what occurs beneath the pain. For always there is an underlying and emotional culprit. There are some lives that experience a great deal of physical pain, and by intent. In these cases, the intent came from soul essence and is experienced as a rapid step towards mastery. For pain is something unseen by others, yet at the same time something impacting your life with these others. It can prevent you from participation, either due to discomfort or mobility or money. Pain can be expensive. It is not only a physical burden, but also an emotional one. People experiencing a great deal of pain on a regular basis find that their outlook and mood is affected. These effects are linked not only to the physical pain, but to what's beneath it. Sometimes pain is self-generating and repetitive. In these cases, repetition occurs because the root cause of the pain is unseen or ignored if it is seen. Sometimes pain is intentional from the outset. In these cases, it can be set up as a karmic sort of, quote, punishment to reduce feelings of guilt or shame about inflicting pain on another in a previous incarnation. What is helpful in any case is to seek relief, and once it is found, to think deeply about the repetitive thoughts and feelings that the pain evokes. Are they about a specific, quote, other? Are they filled with self-pity? Are they a stimulus for seeking further information around healing and pain relief? It is most often the repetitive thoughts and feelings that offer relevant clues. Nothing should be dismissed once it is noticed. Let us now move specifically to what occurs for our questioner. For there are multiple factors at play. It is not that they are all causative. It is that they've been asked about and will thus be discussed. We will touch on each component. The room in question is a sort of gateway. It is a gateway because of her energy. It is the room in which she has slept and then exited into other realms and lifetimes. There were quotes around realms and lifetimes here. She is a sort of a traveler. Ancient ones typically are also travelers. They tend to go where they are needed or drawn to for experience. In her case, the activities occur there because of her energy. You might say that she is a gateway and has expanded her reach to include the space in which she enters and exits other realms. They begin when the lights go out because that is the, quote, sleep signal. The visions, beings, and voices she sees and hears are left over from her travels. They could represent unfinished, quote, business that needed completion, or even just an old friend or a curious onlooker. She will be able to distinguish which is which if she reflects on how she felt when it was seen or heard. If they make no sense, it is because they concerned a lifetime that she does not remember while awake in this one. The recurring and debilitating pain is something else. This has its origins in this life and not another. She knows this. Any repeating message that is received while physical will continue until somehow recognized and resolved. Pain always carries a message. In our questioner's case, it is not a message from a specific person. This pain is not being done to her, quotes around done, again and again and again from an angry, quote, other, as a form of torture. It is instead a physical message she has crafted to get her focused in the right direction. Her focus wavers from blame to guilt, and the repetitive pain is telling her that her wavering does not suit one such as her. In truth, she knows this already, yet harbors anger and blame due to mistreatment and destroyed hopes. She is discovering and developing sovereignty and self-love. Folks who enter lives such as the one she has lived, with clear constraints and rules for acceptance, often do so to reaffirm their truth and knowing. Everything around them screams dependence and judgment, while at her core she embodies independence and acceptance. She has experienced, quote, royalty while physical, and knows judgment and segregation intimately. In this, her current physical life, she has been the target of both. It is a difficult lesson she chose. There was and is always the chance of her getting lost in the pain, and then being unable to move beyond physicality. These things are not, quote, because of her location or the location of the room. She would have created a sort of portal wherever she made her home. The gateway came with her into the house. It is always true that the location cooperates, yet in this case it is not causative. Her feelings are accurate. She does reside in both worlds. She came to decipher the most effective way to move between them. It starts with her being clear on who she is and what gifts she has. As she allows for these to be acknowledged and expressed without arrogance, she will find a much smoother ride. It is suggested that she devote time in her waking and pain-free hours to meditate and practice. She is a healer herself and will pick up intuitively, and when she is in a calm and pain-free state, her core truth. This will be a journey of trial and error. As she eliminates or notices specific, quote, hits that don't resonate completely, she'll get closer to what is beneath this repetitive condition. She knows that her feelings around certain portions of and people in her life do not support her for the highest and best outcome. Her aim needs to be internal peace. Once she locates and then expands that emotion, the reason for pain gets edged out. She should be encouraged to diagnose herself and see how that resonates. A, quote, yes will be accompanied with a sense of calm and decisiveness. She is a powerful and ancient creator. Excuse me. As she remembers her truth, her life will follow her greatest intentions. She will be able to successfully navigate both, quote, worlds she is a part of, and complete her life's plan with joy. She is at her most effective when she trusts herself. This is one of the physical life lessons she is here for. Her reach has already been wide. It will soon be broader still. This is why she came. She has much to offer the collective and has already been an enormous light source. She is meant to continue without, quote, suffering, end quote. It is enough, and it is time. She has, quote, paid any perceived, quote, debt several times over. I believe her question has been answered. And then I said, are there any specific healing methods to be suggested? And one replied, no more than what has been said. This one is a healer. Her insight will serve her well once she focuses on herself and listens. She is not wrong. That is all. So that was the conversation, and I believe it gives us insight for a lot of us. Thank you so much for contributing to our journey. Please post your questions on the website, on the blog, Straight Talk, and I appreciate all of you. Lots of love and light.